So I want to go ahead and make a quick video on Nemesis and Tian's rerun, and how well they pair with our new Volt character, Fenrir. So let's go ahead and talk about Nemesis. So with Nemesis being added to the standard pool really soon, I don't believe that you should roll for her. One could argue to get at least one copy, so that way you can pick her up easily in the standard pool, but I don't believe it's worth wasting the rolls because you have some very strong characters coming up soon. Now let's go ahead and talk about what makes Nemesis so strong. I would say if you're going to be a healer, you at least need an A1 Nemesis, which allows you to heal yourself along with your allies. A3 allows you to do damage while you're healing as well. A5 greatly increases your attack based on the number of electrodes you have on the field. A6 allows you to summon up to 2 electrodes at a time, basically doubling everything that I mentioned. Now our matrices are okay, but Shiro matrices can be just as strong and easier to get. So I don't really recommend someone purposely going for these matrices, even if you have a lot of base chips. Which brings us to Tian. Now if you're comparing an A0 Tian to an A0 Nemesis, Tian clearly wins. But if you have an A5 or A6 Nemesis and you have a low star Tian, then Nemesis is actually stronger than Tian. So let's go ahead and take a look at its ascensions. So 1 star Tian gives you the ability to get Superconductor, which doesn't really do that much. All it does is increases your max HP, but you also do receive more damage. A3 allows your Volt weapon skills and discharges to gain 2 charges of Superconduct, and if you reach 8 stacks, you gain Hyperbody, but this is more quality of life and not exactly necessary. A5 is where the Superconductor actually starts to matter, because every stack increases your final damage by 1%, and A6 gives you a damage boost for every Volt weapon you have on the team. So if you have a high star Tian compared to a high star Nemesis, Tian is a clear winner. But now let's talk about its matrices, and after talking to my Claudia matrice expert Kazir and doing a little bit more testing, we found out a little bit more about how strong Tian matrices are. If you're someone who is maining the Volt element and you have no other team, then Tian matrices are a must because it allows you to have AoE capabilities. But if you already have a built-out team that provides a lot of AoE, like Frost or Flame, especially with Lan coming in the future, then you just need Volt for single target enemies. And Fenrir matrices will do just as much as Tian matrices when it comes to single target, allowing you to use DPS matrices on Fenrir. But if you want to have the top Volt meta team, then you need both Tian and Fenrir matrices. Now let's go ahead and talk about Tian's trait. And I want to go ahead and mention in my Fenrir video, I got a comment, and I'm not going to go ahead and try to butcher your name, but here it is, and I have to agree. Tian is a nice trait to use for a pure Volt team because it will give you that extra dodge and you can get that 18%, especially if you don't have access to Alice's trait. And another thing to consider when rolling for both Tian or Tian matrices is that Rubilia is going to be added to the CN server soon. So most likely Rubilia is going to fix the issue that Volt currently has, which is AoE. But in about a week, we should find out more information on Rubilia, so we should see who she's replacing in the current Volt team, which most likely will be Tian. Well, hopefully this was helpful for you, and if it was, I would greatly appreciate a like so that way it can spread more on YouTube. And let me know down in the comments, are you rolling for Tian or Nemesis, or are you just saving for future characters? But other than that, talk with you guys later.